Namaste, my beautiful queens. Uh, this would be mainly for the queens. I will not use no cards in this video. In this video, I will be talking, and those of you who know me long enough, you told me many times it's much more valuable when I talk. So I wanna explain you a couple things and. Uh, Hopefully will help you, some of you, to use some common sense in complicated situations connected with subjects of love and relationship. The thing is that I want to describe your situation. So I receive an email, and I receive hundreds of them. I receive an email from a woman who has been in this, I call it non-existent relationship. It's when relationship, a woman considers this a relationship exists, but they really don't exist, means that in reality nothing is happening. So this woman is in the war zone. So imagine this situation. The place where she was living is destroyed, and she has two small children, one boy and one girl. Of course, barely any food left, and there is this one man she knows for approximately 10 years, and this one man she considers to win a flame of hers. Long story, but the thing is that this man has a certain position, has money and connections. So she was standing very powerfully in her pride for many years, a little over 10 years. She knows him, and she swore to herself she would never ask him for nothing because everyone asks him for something. But the and he knew that she was struggling through life, by fighting for everything she was having, because he knew about her life, but he never had done absolutely nothing. So the situation is what she's writing. I just want you to tell me. I want to tell you what happened. So she reaches out to her supposedly twin flame, reaches out to him, and she tells him, um, I need to get out of here. So she wants to evacuate. She wants to immigrate to nearby countries, and she has no opportunities for that. No possibilities. No opportunities. She's. I mean, can you imagine? You can imagine probably. So guess what this man is doing? He's telling her. He's telling her, oh, I am sure you'll find a way. She writes me an email. Oh, I had such a wonderful conversation with my supposedly twin flame, and he gave me such a great moral support. That killed me, like right there, just killed me. And now I want to change the situation into a different situation so you would understand how it looks. Imagine you are drawing, and you are in some strong stream, and you are drawing, and you feel like you are going to die in 5 seconds. So you see your man, whoever that man is. You are wasting your life, your time, years of your life, hopes, dreams, everything else. Whoever that man is, imagine that you're drawing and he's walking towards the edge of this where you're drawing at the edge of a cliff, and he can give you a hand, okay? So imagine that you just going like this, my love, please give me the hand, I am dying. So he comes closer, he looks at you calmly, maybe sits like sits on his butt, whatever, on his knees, and he sits down and looks at you and say, and you are like, my love, please, please give me the hand, please help me, please help me. And he looks at you and he says, you know what, you're gonna be all right. I believe in you. I believe that you are strong. I believe that you are powerful. I believe in you. You'll be okay. You'll come out of it yourself. And you already are behind, like under the water. Your hand is barely there, and but he gets up and calmly walks away. This is moral support. Or you are hungry. You are hungry and homeless and sick, and you are dying at the edge of some street in San Francisco, because that's what I've seen there. A lot of homeless people. And here is your beloved, who has $20 million on his bank account, or whoever you consider him to be. And you ask him, my love, I'm dying. Could you please give me, maybe a cup of milk, which costs like 35 cents. He stops, looks at you and says, you know what? I believe you can do it. I believe that you are strong and you can handle it. I have to go. I have to go make $20 more million. I don't think you are stupid not to see the obvious in the examples I gave you. It's not only about men, it's about all people in your life. And then, when you were drowning, that would be a complete stranger who's gonna pull you out, cover you with a blanket, and give you a cup of hot coffee so you get back to life. It's gonna be a complete stranger who's going to nurture you back to health, feed you, and help you find the justice if you find yourself on the street. It's gonna be a complete stranger, very often it happens to be, who's going to help your children immigrate from the war zone. But what really was killing me, that the woman who asked this man, supposedly a twin flame, to help her immigrate, to move out of the country to a safer place, that he gave her moral support. It's like, you're going to be fine. Instead of being pissed, and instead of sending him to hell where he belongs, she admires him for giving her moral support. It gave me such a good moral support. And I want you to sit down and ask yourself, whoever that man is you are thinking about, like, ask yourself this very, very simple question. I asked this question many women, and they always freeze because they don't know what to answer. What had he done for you? Just as simple as that. Just put yourself on a couch and imagine you're sitting in front of yourself and ask yourself, what has this man had ever done for you? Of course, I mean good, compassionate, generous, caring, loving things. I don't mean how many times he abused you, betrayed you, and used you. I don't even want to talk about this. If plus to doing nothing to you, all he had ever done to you was bad, he only devalued you, he only ignored you, he only disrespected you, he only treated you as a doormat, he only used you, he only came for you for entertainment, for money, for your connection, for resources. I don't even want to talk about that horror now. That horror, I don't know what that horror is doing in your life, because none of you is stupid enough to see if the man is acting like a pig, he's not gonna start acting as something else. Because pigs don't turn into angels, snakes don't turn into angels. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about different kind of men, as this woman, she calls him twin flame of hers, of course. It's this big dangerous illusion of so many people are dwelling in. But my question is for about different. I don't talk about all kinds of abusers right now. I'm talking about, he didn't abuse. I mean, this I consider abuse. If you are drowning and this one just tells you you're gonna be all right, you're gonna be fine, or this thing, I will pray for you, and just walks away. My friend Madhumita Shivaraman, my favorite wonderful friend, she told me this phrase, which I think popular in Calcutta, India. One giving hand is better than 1,000 praying hands. Okay? Means that one person who actually does something for you and helps you really with real actions is much better than 10,000 of those who's gonna tell you, oh, you're gonna be all right, you're strong, we will pray for you. You know, I very often receive the emails in all kinds of languages, which are, you know, people telling me stories of their life, which takes several hours to read, ask me question, but somehow very often people don't offer me nothing for my time or work, and they are writing me those words. I am sending you the ray of light, you know. And then I know that this person went with her family to travel to the south of France. So she's taking her family to the south of France, but for my time, professionalism, energy, she only sends me the arrow of the light. Does it make any sense? No, it makes no sense. So I consider those men who leave you in horrific situations, either doing absolutely nothing or giving you moral support, are as well abusers, and they don't have no place in your life. No place in your life. If this man let you drown, let you die, let you suffer, why he himself has all kinds of, I understand if you are sitting at the edge begging for money, dying of hunger, and he's sitting next to you, but you know, real man will not be sitting next to you also begging for food. He's gonna go and find it, and he's gonna bring it to you and share it to you. You know how many women I had seen in so-called relationship, if we can call it this way, with wealthy men who wouldn't do nothing for them, who wouldn't do nothing at all, and they consider them eternal, immortal, forever love, part of their souls. This is a very dangerous illusion. The truth is, if you understood that this is all illusion, and what is not illusion is a real actions, of course I wouldn't have you here. I wouldn't have this channel. I wouldn't have the spreads. You wouldn't watch tarot channels. You wouldn't watch the spreads, what he wants, what he thinks, what he feels, what he dreams of. You would not be watching it. But tarot not about that only. Tarot is a very powerful tool, very ancient tool, going thousands of years back to Hermes Trismegistus, to Egypt. And it helps with very deep readings. But majority of people watch relationship, and I do relationship readings, but what makes me different, you know, that I will tell you what is on the cards. But when I do private reading, I for sure will tell you what is there, even if you're gonna hate me for telling you the truth and breaking off your illusion. But the problem is, I want you to, the problem is that you don't want to face a very simple truth. You don't want to face a very simple truth, which everyone knows, which is universal truth. Only actions. People are not words. People are actions. One giving hand is better than 1,000 hands praying. Because this is the hand of God. It can't be your hand which is giving. Only actions of man, good or bad or none, because non-actions is a bad action. It means you're wasting your time. Is already enough for you to know what this man feels or not. I have a neighbor who is married, happily married for 40-something years. I live next to him. Because he cares of me and my family and my children, he always helps without being asked. He sees something broke and he just saw me through the window, me trying to fix it myself, and it just falling apart. He comes out silently, just fixes it without me even knowing. I come out and it's all working. I go next door, knock the door, say, Brian, did you fix it? He said, yeah, no problem. Man who cares whether it's your man you love, dream about, consider your twin flame, pope, angel, archangel, or whatever you consider him. Only his actions determine how he values you. This guy is my neighbor. But he comes in, he does something. Because he cares. How don't you get it? If a person cares, whether it's a man, it's a friend, it's a neighbor, they will do, and they will do. This is it. They will not even talk. You don't even have to ask him. But those who give you moral support, I don't tell you they have to, as I already said, if you both are poor, if you have a friend who is poor and you are poor, and but if I can't help you with money, I will help you with something else. I will borrow the money and give you the money. I will give you clothes. I will cook food for your child. I will do something. This is the words. I will do something. Do something, not say something. Do something. This is what determines those who care versus those who don't. My question is, why do you need people who don't care about your well-being? So this moral support he gives, it's like the same if he slapped her across her face. I will give you another example. Also supposedly twin flame. A very sad story. A woman pretty much did not talk to this dude over 15 years. And then her mother passed away and she did dial his number. And she said, my mother just passed away. I'm so lost. I'm so broke. Could you come and spend with me 15-20 minutes? That's all I'm asking of you. He said, you're strong. You'll be all right. It's better. He would slap her across the face. It's a slap at the face. Even worse when men are rich and powerful, and the women who consider them their soulmates, true love, and they find themselves in a war zone or in a destructive zones, the earthquake, or in some horrifical situation. But this man, they consider whatever, they wouldn't do anything. Maximum, what would they do? They would, not only this man doesn't care about this women, this man doesn't care shit about no one. Because even if you are a stranger, a pure, absolute stranger, you will not leave someone in despair and in a war zone with kids. If you have any opportunity, possibility, you will do everything to help these people, to get them out or somehow find them a safe place. This man is not just bad person towards you. This man is horrible person, period. Because if he doesn't help you in despair, he doesn't help anyone. Or if he chooses to help someone, he does it only when he gets recognized for that. When he creates this illusion, this myth of a man with a kind heart. When he does it, so everyone says how kind he is. But in fact, he would leave you there dying, and he would move his finger. If you were drawing, he would not even give you a hand. He would give you moral support. Whoop-de-doo. So please sit with yourself and ask yourself a question. And this question I have asked many women. What has he done for you in last year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? You know, most of women, this is a breaking of illusion. You are keeping on living and hoping that a snake will turn into a swan. Ask, what has he done good for you? Most of you will answer, either he has not done nothing, or he gave me this moral support, so-called. I just gave you examples. Or I love this answer of several women. They would give me such answer, like, he posted my favorite song on his social media when I was in a hospital preparing for a open heart surgery. Wow, what a generous man. What a generous heart and soul this man has. He posted her favorite song. He didn't call, he didn't come, he didn't held her hand, he didn't send her roses or cards or whatever. He posted her song. Wow, how sweet. Most of you, unfortunately, I have done already videos enough what is adrenaline dependency, neurotic dependency. Why you keep on loving, you call it love. Men who hurt you. He hurt me, he lied to me, he stole from me, he used me, but I love him. They call it love. They unfortunately don't know that this has zero to do with love and everything to do with illness, disease, called neurotic dependency, Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome, and a victim being saved from an abuser. A victim is trying to protect an abuser and cries when abuser is arrested. Stockholm syndrome. Can you imagine how twisted your mind is if you tell that you love the one who abuses you physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and the key to it all is the childhood, unfortunately. Showed you this book quadrillion times, I will show this book to you quadrillion times more. Toxic parents overcoming their hurtful legacy and reclaiming your life. There are many things I need to discuss from this book, but you can buy for $3-4 and read it yourself. To see that your choices in your relationship, unfortunately, are determined with your childhood and toxic situations which happen in your childhood, either with both parents or with one of them. That's why you don't, if your mother ignored you and treated you coldly, you don't know nothing else. Your subconscious will ignore good men. Your subconscious will ignore giving, caring men. Your subconscious will lead you to choose a man who is going to ignore you and treat you with coldness because you don't know nothing else. It's a structure in your subconscious. If your father was verbally and physically abusive towards your mother or towards you, you're going to grow up and you're going to choose yourself. Your subconscious is going to lead you to abusive person because you don't know nothing else. You don't know anything else. That's why you need to read it, and you need to figure out how to come out of this running over the rakes and hitting your heads all the time. The very sad things that most of you watching YouTube channels are unfortunately in destructive relationship, or in a huge illusion. It's been 32 years I've been waiting for him. I was watching hundreds of tarot readings, and they all saying he's gonna come forward. He didn't happen in 32 years, but I believe it's going to happen within next 32 years. Hopefully, I will live till 173, and I will see the moment when he's going to come forward. Are you serious? And most of you, unfortunately, are in this. So ask yourself, what has he done, good, for you? Was he there for you when you needed him, when you were weak, when you were lost, when you were sick, when you were in danger, when you were poor, when you were anything at all? Was he there? Did he help you? Did he feed your children? Did he fix the leaking roof over your head? Did he help your son ace his exam? I had this man who would, I was teaching his daughter English, and he would secretly put money in my person or in my pocket while I wouldn't see it, because he considered I charged less than I deserved. And when I would found the money, I would already be out of the house, and I would come next time and say, this is he said, I have no idea what you're talking about. Why would I do this? I knew he was doing it. This is care. People who care, they do. They do anything they can, but they do. So ask what really had this man had done for you, for your close people, for your kids, for your family. Nothing? Then face the simple truth. If you were drawing, he would not even give you the hand. If you were dying of thirst, but you would be weak to reach to the cup of water, he would not give it to you. And then ask yourself the next question. Why do you waste your time, your life, your soul, your heart, your everything on someone who does not give flying rat's ass, who would not give you a hand if you were drawing. And if you want to check, would he give you a hand? Tell him that you're in trouble. Anything. You can tell him your car broke, you got fired, your roof is leaking. Tell this man about you having a trouble. And if he's gonna give you moral support and tell you, oh, I'm sure you're gonna be fine, throw him out of your life. You're wasting your time. Because the one who cares will be there before you even end the call. And the one who never been there for you will never be there for you. Face the truth and become free. Come out of illusion and become free. Stop hoping the snake will grow the wings and fly, and become free. You have to have the courage to face the truth, but the truth sets you free. As simple as that. Namaste.